Welcome back. As you and your family venture out to enjoy the outdoors, Wake County officials remind you to be aware and protected against mosquito bites, which potentially could carry a number of illnesses, including the Zika virus. Joining us to talk about this virus is Sue Lynn Ledford, Wake County Health Director, and Dr. Caroline Loop, Environmental Services Manager, also with Wake County. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
I guess the first question would be, what is Zika and why should we even care about it? We've been hearing it for months now.
Well, although there are multiple mosquito-transmitted viruses, this is the first one that's been known to transmit a virus that causes birth defects.
And Sue Lynn, is there any immediate danger to Wake County residents?
Currently, we have no known local transmitted cases. We have our mosquitoes were at this time not known to have any infection, so fortunately we do not immediately have that. The other thing though that we do have to consider is it's not only mosquitoes that can transmit Zika, this can also be a sexually transmitted disease. So someone that potentially has been infected in another country and returns to this country and has unprotected sex can have transmission to an individual.
What are some of the symptoms of Zika?
Well, Zika has, much like many of the other mosquito or vector-borne illnesses, has similar kind to a flu symptom where you'll feel achy and some of those symptoms. But there's also some people that don't even know they've had it. They may be infected, but they have absolutely no symptoms. So it can really vary across that spectrum of feeling pretty miserable to nothing at all.
Caroline, how can Wake County residents protect themselves from mosquitoes?
Well, it's always important to think about ways you can protect yourselves and those around you from mosquitoes. One of the first things that you can do is to eliminate any containers of water that could allow these mosquitoes to breed around your property. The types of mosquitoes that have been known to carry Zika virus in other countries are container breeders, and they thrive around people. So we're encouraging everyone to tip out any water and toss any containers that collect water. So areas you might want to look at are gutters, any types of dog bowls or pet bowls that are outside, planters, any kiddie toys like pails or pools, and even tarps that collect a tiny bit of water have been shown to be areas where these types of mosquitoes can breed.
Sue Lynn, how should travelers prepare if they are anticipating visiting an area where the Zika virus is a big problem?
Being aware of your travel areas and whether or not that area has been identified as an area that could expose you to Zika because of the mosquitoes in that area. I think people need to educate themselves. The CDC has excellent resources online, and it's very easy to find. You can just Google Zika and CDC, and you will get exactly the information that you need to have for your travel and other needs that you might have.
And final question, because of the worldwide attention to this virus, you would anticipate residents right here in Wake County trying to understand what's going on here in our own backyard. So what is Wake County doing to prepare for any type of Zika related illness that could be reported?
Okay. I'll start with the communicable disease portion of what we're doing, and I think Dr. Loop would be great to answer the environmental precautions that we're taking. But for the communicable disease issues, we have been working with the state and with CDC to do the monitoring necessary. In other words, if people return to this area, public health is very aware of people that are being tested, and we're monitoring those people that are being tested. We do education. We're doing a lot of educational outreach. We've done multiple locations where we are sharing that. We're working with our private providers that provide health care services in the community to make them aware. But we primarily are doing what public health always does, and that is active surveillance, looking out for the safety and protection of our community.
Dr. Luke?
Well, on the mosquito side, it's very important to educate those around you about precautions to protect yourself from bites and to eliminate sources of breeding. There are pocket guides that the county has developed in English and Spanish that give information to residents about what they can do. Over 7,000 of those have been distributed throughout the county. There's also a website that residents can go to related to mosquito education.
Great. Well, Sue Lynn Ledford, Wake County Public Health Director, and Dr. Caroline Loop, Environmental Services Manager for Wake County, thank you both for being here.
Thank you very much.
And when we return, we'll share with you tips on protecting yourself and your family from the heat.